Welcome back, friends, to another video lecture on the topic creation of OERs. In this video lecture, we are going to see how open education resources are created. In the previous couple of videos, we have extensively discussed about the meaning of OERs, what an OER is about. Today, we will see how these open education resources are created. As a teacher, now you have to play two important roles. Either you have to create the open education resources, or in general we can say ICT resources or e-content. So you have to develop e-content. The second role is, it's unlike the what we say, in olden days people used to create teaching learning resources, audiovisual materials, but those who have created were mostly using that teaching or learning resources. Now the world is so open that all the teachers have the freedom to get different kinds of ICT resources, e-content, which are created by different people, different teachers. Such resources are available on the internet, and the teachers are free to use such open education resources. So we are in such a state that it's always not necessary to create ICT resources, but as a teacher we have the freedom to take the digital resources which are available on the internet. So when a teacher develops any digital teaching learning resource or e-content or ICT resource, the teachers can make it open education resource. So how this is done, that is what we are going to see in this video lecture. I would like to make you recall regarding the definition of open education resource, where we have discussed that they are any form of teaching learning materials with an open license and are available in the public domain. By that I mean any digital teaching learning resources which are available on the public domain. And how we will recognize such resources are open education resources? There will be an open license. We will be talking about the open license in the next video. So friends, OERs are nothing but they are the digital teaching learning materials with an open license with it. And these resources can be adapted, reused, shared, and even can be used for the commercial purposes also. And what are the different types of open education resources? It can include all the formats of digital resources like images, graphics, audio, video programs, e-text, e-book, PowerPoint presentation, animations, simulations, textbook, podcast, and any such digital teaching learning resources can be made OERs. Now we are going to see how this is created. I was saying in the beginning, as a teacher, we have to create e-content, and this has to be made OER for a wider use. So it's not only you who is using the open education resources or the e-resources that you have developed, but a large number of teachers will be getting benefit of that. So for that we have to definitely make it an open educational resource. As you see in the slide, see there are a couple of processes that you need to carry out. The first one is you have to develop the digital learning resources. The digital learning resource. So the first is you have to develop the digital learning resources. When we talk about digital learning resources, I would also say there are various names by which digital learning resources are called. Like we also call like e-content, ICT resource, digital learning resources, digital teaching learning resources, digital content. So there are many such synonyms like. So friends, if you are developing any open education resource, the first step is you have to develop the digital learning resource. The next is, once this is done, say for example, if you are developing a video program, you have to develop the video program. So the first process is developing any such learning resource. Now the next is you have to make it an OER. So for making it an OER, what you will do? You have to choose a license. And I was saying with all the open education resources, there will be an open license. And the most popular and commonly used open license is the Creative Commons license. So first develop the resource, next you have to choose a license. After giving the license, now you can publish it. Usually it is published online, but there are various other places where the open education resources are published. We will go into details of these steps. See, the first one is development of digital learning resources. And if you are talking about digital learning resources, I was saying there are different formats, various forms of digital learning resources, and we have seen that, like images, audio, video program, e-text, e-book and all. So when we are developing any such digital learning resources or any instructional materials which can be used by the students, then definitely it is always good to follow one instructional design. And there are many such instructional design models. Say for example, ADDIE, ADDIE, Deakin Carey model, Azure model, and there are a couple of other models also. So why we are making use of this model? Because we are developing a digital teaching learning resource which will be used by the students, and they will watch or read the material and they will learn on their own. And there won't be any support from the teacher side then. It is unlike the face-to-face teaching. So for example, a video program, students will watch, understand the concept. So if you are developing any such video program, you have to definitely think of why it is created, on what all topics I can create video materials, whether it will be useful, what all formats of media can go into such video programs. All those has to be thought of before beginning creating the digital teaching learning resource. So for that, the instructional design models will help you. So the teachers definitely should make use of such instructional design models. Then only you can come out with very effective digital teaching learning resources. So friends, instructional design model. So you have to definitely make use of any of these models. There are a couple of other models also, as I was saying. So making use of such instructional design models, now you will develop the learning resources. Learning resource. It can be anything like a video program or audio program, any text material. It can be of any format. So that is done. The first step is creating the digital learning resource. I would also like to add, when you are creating the digital learning resource, say for example a video program, it's not like you can develop video program for all the subjects, all the concepts that you are teaching. You have to choose the suitable topic, suitable concept which you can create as a video program. Then you have to write the text required for that. Then you have to develop the storyboard. Then you have to go for developing this program. After developing the video program, this has to be edited. Then only this will be the final video program. So friends, instructional design models and all these processes which I was discussing. So this is also followed for developing the audio programs also. So whatever digital teaching learning resource you are using, developing, you have to definitely follow this process and instructional design models. Now your digital teaching learning resource is ready. Now the next step is you have to choose a license. Very easy. I was saying the most popular license, open license is the Creative Commons license, and the Creative Commons licenses you are seeing on the screen. See, you will be seeing these 6 licenses. This is like CC by SA, CC by ND, CC by NC, CC by NC-SA, CC by NC-ND. We will be talking in detail about these licenses in the next video. You have to understand that there are 6 licenses, and these licenses you have to attach with the digital learning resources that you have developed. Say for example, you have developed a video program and you want to make it as a open educational resource. Then you will select any of these licenses. Anyone, say for example, if it is CC BY SA. So this video program, if that video program has this license CC by SA, then the rest of the people, those who are seeing this video program, they can understand that this is an open educational resource because you have attached the license CC by SA. So then what is the use? Other teachers can make use of that video program. If they want, they can edit that video program. They can insert their own their own part. If they want to add any part to that, that can be done. So editing can be done, this can be adapted, this can be reused for their classroom teaching learning purposes. So anything can be done on that video program because that is an open educational resource. But those who are using that video program definitely have to give credit to this creator. Say for example, I have developed the video program and this is used by somebody else. Then those who are using that video program have to mention my name or has to give credit to me that this is an open education resource created by so and so person. So this is how it works. So any digital teaching learning resource having any of these licenses will be an open education resources, and those who are using that will definitely have to give credit or give acknowledgement to the creator of that resources. So friends, this is the second step. First, developing the digital teaching learning resources. Now, selecting the license. So this can be done easily. Okay, either you can attach this license with the video program that you have developed, or if it is a text material, you can attach this license. That can be done. And there is one way of getting this license, that is through the Creative Commons license website. So if you are confused about which license you have to choose for the material that you have developed, this website you can make use of, the Creative Commons. So you are seeing on the slide screen the Creative Commons website. When you open the website, when you visit this website, this is how it will look like for you. This is the home page of Creative Commons license. You can see a couple of information: share your work, use and remix, what do we do, on the top of this home page. So share your work is for if you have developed any open education resource, you can put that resource into this website. So then the other people can definitely make use of that work. There are other places also where you can upload your OER materials. So share your work is for that. Then use and remix, again the materials available on the website can be used and remixed. So friends, now we are going to see how we can make use of this website for deciding the open license. So for that, you are seeing the slide. You can see in the website, in the same website, there will be a link for choosing a license. So what you will do, on the lower side you can see get started. So if you are confused about the license that you are going to attach with any digital teaching learning resources that you have developed, then you will click on come to this website, then click on choose a license, then you will click on get started. When you click on get started, this is how it is going to appear. License features. So you can see below to that, allow adaptations of your work to be shared. So if you want your material to be adapted, then you have to click on yes, otherwise no. You have another option also, yes, as long as others share alike. So friends, you choose the option which is convenient for you, which you feel you need to get, which you think this is apt for you. So allow adaptations of your work to be shared, one option you will select. The next you have to select allow commercial uses of your work. If you want to make it for, if you want others to use it for commercial purposes, then you have to click on yes, otherwise no. So what will happen when you select one of the options from the first, that is allow adaptations, and one option in the second, allow commercial uses, either of the options, then automatically a license will be generated next to that. And this is what you are seeing on the screen, selected license. So when I select yes and yes in the first and second, I will get CC BY license. So friends, now this license you can copy to your material. I will also show you another example which you are seeing on the slide right now. See, allow adaptations of your work, where I have selected no. Allow commercial uses of your work, where I have selected yes. So when I select these two options, I'll get the next license. Attribution, no derivatives, CC BY ND. So this is another license. So then this can be copy and pasted to your open education resources or any digital resources that you have developed. So friends, this is how the open licenses are generated, developed using the Creative Commons website. I hope you have understood that. Now, after developing, so we have completed two steps. First is developing a digital resource. Second one is choosing a license. After developing the OER, now you have to publish it. So where we will publish this? There are many websites. The first one is your own website. If you have any own website, your own website, you can publish this material in your website. If you are working in some university, college or any other educational institutions, they will have their own institutional website. You can publish that material in their website also, if the organization, if the institution allows. So that is the second option. Third, there are many open educational resources repositories, OER repositories, like Creative Commons is one such website. YouTube is another repository, even though it is not exactly OER repository, but of course video programs, video materials can be posted to YouTube. Then social networks, and many of the teachers or students, they have the social networks like WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and there are many other social networks. So if you have, as a teacher, if you have any such social networks, you can post the open education resources in such networks also. So friends, these are the options which are available. It's not an end. There are other options also, but these are the major options where you can publish your digital teaching learning resource. So with this, I would like to conclude this lecture. In this lecture, we have discussed about the various processes that we need to carry out for developing open educational resources. I hope you have understood the concepts that we have discussed in this lecture. Thank you.